But all right, sad to YouTube because this will be on YouTube later, and we got. I think this chapter has a decent amount of things. 553, I guess, is like the totality of it. I think it's like season 3, I want to say 166, 136, 137, something like that. But it was pretty good. I liked it. We are reintroduced to Bam in this chapter, so we only went 2 without him. But all things considered, I've actually been enjoying him. In these chapters, I thought he was fine. I didn't. I kind of liked his energy at the end. Like I'm gonna come back up to the top, but when Ren pulls up on him, first of all, Ren didn't. Like in hindsight, Ren was speaking with speech bubbles. He wasn't thinking in his head. So, like you're talking out loud, talking about I'll lick him, I'll eat him, I'll roll him around, and Bam's like, bro. Not only did you enter my room, loud as hell. You are not hiding your murderous intent. I sense your since you like you. So like you really want this smoke? I said, hey yo, that's how he's feeling. Bedhead in his pajamas. He wakes up and he's like, bro, do you want me to beat the snot out of you? I said, oh wait, I like this. That's gas. What do you guys think of the chapter?
Well, for Bam, I actually was solid because I'm gonna join it because like, good, ain't no more goddamn. Is he strong enough? How can he do this? It's like,
Yes.
how against some random shit. It's just like, yeah, nigga, I know what I can do now. It's like he's not trying to pull the whole. Oh my god, but he was really an irregular. It's just like, all right, we know he's strong. There's no time to like fool around. Like, there's no time to like try to pull the wool. So I liked it.
I
I
even
like the
like that
energy.
Ren sensed danger. Like you always say it's weird sometimes they can't seem to sense the general kind of power levels of their constituents around them, and it's extra weird if you're like a ranker, advanced ranker, high ranker, perhaps. He was like, wait a minute, why does he seem so effortlessly strong? Like I'm like, look at him, his senses work properly. Like I need more of that. Like before you engage in the battle, have some type of general idea of their level of strength and combat power. I like that. So that was good. Ren thinking he's that guy. He is the tower's best bully. Okay, he's the greatest bully in the tower. Let him rock. Actually, no, that tongue thing be weird. I don't like the tongue. He was mad, confident. I was feeling it. The 25th Kirby pleasantly surprised me. Also, he doesn't care. He doesn't. He doesn't care. Doesn't care. He really didn't question it too much. He said, "Bet." Exactly. That's what I was saying. What do you think, Miles? Though, what did you think? Actually, East, were you done? My bad.
No, yeah, I've been finished. I know that.
What do you think, Miles?
Yeah, I'm a Lo Po Bia Ren fanboy. So I was happy. I didn't think he would pull up this fast, to be honest. But then this also, I'm happy to see this. But this is the thing that I've talked about like plenty of times. I'm like, this is like, why haven't Red sent assassination attempts way earlier on? I would have a hard time believing it's like a thing of finding Bam. But I am glad that he is out here now, where he's just like, all right, I'm about to. He's here. He's talking about my family going crazy, defaming my name. He's like, I gotta pull up and kill him. But it's just like, Bam's kind of a monster now. But Ren is like one of the funniest people. Like he just be saying wild stuff. It's just like.
He doesn't. He doesn't even seem to monologue internally. All of his thoughts are spoken out loud. Like he just says it out loud, which is interesting.
He said half of it out loud. The nigga Bam was like, "Nigga, what? Huh?"
Like you came in here noisy and flexing your murderous intent. Like you're not serious. Like you're not serious. Like I like when Bam opened his eyes, I said, "Oh!" I said, "Oh!" It's time. So that's to me that's an exciting battle. I want to see how that's the shades of that. That's exciting. So that's pretty cool. So
and his shoe game is nice.
Oh, Ren's kicks are clean. Clean, pristine. I said, bro, whose kicks are those? I said, oh man, all right, nah, those are.
That nigga really got the red Octobers on, the reds and hards on. That nigga was really, and that's why you kept highlighting them hoes too. I was like, why is this the standout part of every panel he did?
Because he knew he designed some fire ass kicks. He said, let me show the people these kicks, bro. They know it's gas, and he was right. It's gas.
And it's funny because the brand isn't Nike, but I think it's literally just nice. The brand is just nice.
Oh, okay. It's like a Nike adjacent power god. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
But that brand of kicks just called nice. I'm like, okay, you really feeling these designs, and they are clean. I'm
Hey,
not
bro,
gonna hold you.
that boy ran finna click his heel 3 times. Boy, that nigga finna fly home. The hog gonna pull up.
He got his little Ram furry suit and kicks, and I'm not mad at it. Damn.
Oh man, I like that. I like that part. So I'll just kind of so like again, so the chapter opens up with the speech that Gustang was giving, and Baylord. I don't care about his name. I'm sorry, I don't even want to get his name right. He's literally the equivalent of the. Remember the guy on from the last station who I never cared to get his name right in the wheelchair, who like ran it with like So Young and the other guy. I don't
Oh
like
yeah,
some people are just I don't I respect them so little. I don't want to know your name, so I don't even care that I'm not saying it right. So we did
but
see brief.
didn't
Go
you
ahead.
cry that?
Hmm?
Didn't you cry at the last station? I swear you was like tearful when the wheelchair nigga and his family.
Yeah, it moved me so much. They're just so important and vital to the story. I just the way that their impact is still felt today. Like so, on the transport ship, you see everybody there. Remind me, if I remember correctly, Karaka is with Yama and them, right? Or are they somewhere else?
No,
So okay,
No,
so
yeah.
they're in. So the transport ship is where Yama and Doom is at. Because what confused me a little bit, because I'm thinking they're all together, but some of them are in the world of darkness because they're not canine people. They're not houndborns. Because wasn't Karaka there? Wasn't
that
Yas
may be
Ratcha
the
with them?
case.
Because he's like, Yas Ratcha, you can't die,
Okay,
no. So
that might
so
be more accurate.
so they're
Yeah,
hiding in his heart right now because that's how the little ball there, so that they won't get caught. But Yama and Doom could blend in because they're beastkins. That's that.
that makes
That was
yeah.
my assessment. I'm not sure if I was right though.
That might actually be right because they do have Yasracha, and Yasracha definitely was with Yama. So yeah, you actually might be right on
Mm,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then plus Yasaracha got to hide because they would know who he is.
true.
Because
And
there's
you're
no,
supposed to be a part. You're supposed to be a commander in the army. Yeah,
yeah,
and you're Lo
yeah,
Po
yeah,
Bia.
yeah. So he would be known walking around amongst them, and they probably sense him
Is he still
too.
dying? He looked like he was chilling.
Yeah, he looked like he was chilling.
He looked like he was dying to me. Moron in
Not at
Karaka's
all.
heart, hell no. Also, mid one, Moron's with them. I just realized Bam woke up and immediately chose violence. Yeah, go. My boy Lo Po Bia lost in a plot. Soon Bam won't be saying Mr. Trom. Yeah. Bam. There's a part here in this chapter where I think Lilial's like, "Are you confident?" He's like, "I don't know. I'll do all right." And his head's like, "Bro, I'm not. I'm nice." He was like, "Oh shoot, he knows." Karaka is in the ship behind the big carrier in the world of darkness. Well, yeah, okay, so I was like, so my assessment was correct. That wasn't I literally couldn't remember if they were all together because I know some of them, like Mule Love and like Sophia and some of them, they're by the tree where Arlene, whatever the case was with that. So I was just trying to remember exactly who was who was where.
I
And
have a
it's
quick question.
go ahead.
This is just like a really off like random question. Out of all the rankers that we know, like just pure rankers, no advanced or high, who do you think is the strongest?
Mm,
Nah.
well, I'd probably from a storytelling standpoint right now go with Ren. Because is it Ren's just a ranker, isn't he? But he's part of R
Yeah,
and D.
he's
We're
just a
supposed to be
ranker.
a special division of force in Jihad's empire, right? So with
Hmm.
him, but honestly, based off what I'd seen, I'd probably go with Mio Love. See, I've actually seen him do something significant.
Okay.
Now you could now
I
I might just be fanboying. And then in back of my head, I still think Lororo was probably dangerous. He
That's
took the
who I
test.
was
Become a,
thinking of.
he's a Dion Sula, and he's not a natural one because not from the Kun family. So he comes to mind. It's probably amongst those two. There's probably like a couple that I'm not thinking like those delete guys or whatever from the Wall of Peaceful Coexistence. They didn't move me, so I'm not really gonna put them up there with them. I can't remember if they were all
Yeah,
rankers or high rankers, but they were like
that's like my three as well. But like Laurel to me
not Quant.
struck
I'm
me as
sorry, I
a
like Quant, but he's
genius.
dumb. He's dumb.
It would have been Karaka if Karaka stayed a ranker, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now if it was Mule level floor 20, that's a different beast. That's he top one.
Yep.
Outside of the
They
point,
said
oh
Bam
no.
has the strongest rank. Obviously, Bam confident. I'm here for it. No more crying. Yeah, I hope that. Oh, that's a hard question since plain rankers are all bozos. You got a rank already. Remember? Yeah, I was gonna say Lororo CPL out right now. It really is in full effect. Full effect. Okay, so We meet Field Marshal, great trainer, Lo Po Bia Lobadan. His design's interesting. It looks like he's got like some dragon scale kind of armor on. His hair is kind of like green fire at the bottom, and he's got like a big ass stick on his back,
Mm-hmm.
a tree trunk, a stick, a big branch, a blunt. What is that? Like what's on his back? That's
I
his weapon.
completely
That's kind of
messed.
cool.
I don't know why I do this. Sometimes I just mix up the Po Bia and Lo Po Bia's name when I'm going through it, like on first read. So like the first time, I literally thought he was like Po Bidal's, like from the Po Bidal family, and I was like, "What is this text even saying?" I'm so confused. Then when I reread it, I'm like, "Oh, I'm just dumb."
I just remember Quan has a March line. I thought it was the case frog. That Mavs are in the top 10. I'm crying. Yeah. I'm not gonna get my hopes up because I thought that other guy was gonna be raw and he wasn't. So I'm just gonna
Wait,
the one that
oh,
Yama packed up. I thought he might have been kind of like I thought he was like decently like gonna be decent. I know he's an advanced ranker, but I'm like, oh, he was able to I think discern that Karaka was like using his scouting ability or something. Like he seemed like but then he got packed. I'm like, okay, it could just be that Yama's that
do
dude, So maybe
you,
that's all it really is. But yeah,
do you think? So with the title Field Marshal, that's a specific thing. I guess we're gonna get maybe more about like the actual army structure of the Lo Po Bia family, and he's one of like the great trainers.
mm-hmm.
I think his title was Great Trainer. I forget what Kieran's title was. I think was it just Head Beast Kin Train. But do you think it's him and Kieran are the two like were the two basically people that could take over the Lo Po Bia family when
No,
Amaray are gone?
no. I think
Okay.
Kieran's one of them. I don't think this guy's one of them. I could be wrong. There's things that I know that I think could like elevate his kind of general importance and maybe seniority, but I don't. I'm not doing the thing where I'm gonna let it play out. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do the thing where I overhype somebody when I see them. I like his design; it's pretty cool. He seems to be a leader, a leading figure. Even the kid asked him a question, like as my great grandpa, like I would just like to know, like I can't give you those orders and whatnot. So you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, I ain't
whoo,
falling for.
it's yeah, so that part's cool. I don't like anything he had to say wasn't particularly too in depth. But I do like that he assumes that Yama and Doom are hiding on the ship. Like characters of this level of this status of this should be this competent. They should be able to think like that. Like no, they didn't flee. Like he said they fled. And that's probably like a young person like no, with my experience, they'd probably try to blend in. And I'm like, "All right, that's good." Then the kid asked a question, and he kind of told them to just kind of like it's a military secret, just follow orders and don't worry about it. And he's talking about the war being very, very gruesome because we're gonna have to actually go with a family head that we have no chance of defeating, and this war will only end essentially when we take out the king. But he did say we will aim for the Lord's heart. What does that mean? What do you think that means?
Uh Either
He
his
said,
base or some secret like stash of books that like he prizes like very, very heavily.
hmm, how many of the 18 local beer clan heads have you seen? I have no idea. I have no idea off the top of my head. Did Sung
5?
really making plays the last few chapters? We'll talk about that and we'll talk about that. 29 peeps we eating right now in terms of viewership and content. I never expected to be so happy with a BAM focused chapter soon. Props to Slave and Eater. Yes, yeah. Shout out to the chat. 30 of you in here. I appreciate it. Look, we all back. We all starving for some TOG. I gotta say this. I don't think I said this at the beginning, and I meant to. I think I missed Tower of God more than I realized. I think I did. I think I missed it. I don't think I realized how much I did. I missed it. We're at a point in the story where Bam is always the strongest person in the room unless the family head himself was there. Fair. Yeah, watching these top 5 Lo Po Bia bozos get cooked, I can't be too sure about anyone. Exactly. Do you think he's gonna go after N? We'll see. Anything new of the flower lady? Flower lady. Anything new of the flower lady? Who's flower lady? That is that Boat Moron or something precious?
Yeah,
What?
I think it's about Doan.
Okay. More. Yeah, I don't know about Moron there, but yeah. Sorry.
Uh
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. So what do you think that is targeting his heart. Like in my head, I think it's like low key still like Anne and or slash Horatia, like he might have feelings for her, but they can't do they can't target her, so it's not her. So it's got to be like you
Yeah.
said, maybe a book, a stash of books, or maybe a very maybe there's a son or a daughter that he cares about very deeply, and they're in a vulnerable area right now. Because I feel like they're going to retaliate in a way to take out someone important or established in Gustang's family, the same way that he kind of already packed up, 3 of theirs, just to kind of even things out. If that makes sense. That's I could be wrong though, but that's I think we're going.
I I don't know why. I really do think after the end stuff, I actually kind of have a hard time like seeing Gusting have like deep love for his kids. And that's not to say like he only sees them as like chess pieces, but like I feel like that like real like familial connection is like hard for him to like bond with his kids.
Repeat that. Sorry.
Like I think like after and I would have a hard time like seeing him care like deeply for like his kids.
Oh, so you think okay, that's fair. It could be someone else. I didn't think Tower God was on the downfall in season 3 until the war turned into a cat game. So much stakes suddenly removed. Now I hear you. Yes, yes, I hear you. Oh man. Okay.
In
Yeah.
question.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think the Low Baden, is that his
Yeah.
name? The field
Lockdown,
marshal.
whatever.
Yeah, we got to do better with like some of the name spreading and stop using like all these L's and stuff.
I also don't.
Lo Po Bia,
I also find out that a lot of their names end with with like four letters, but they're like two letters are the same, like DD. So Kadidi or Kadede, you know. I feel like
yeah.
there was like a couple of those that I found that were like that. But anyways,
One part of this convo we'll have to get back to because I think it's important. But what I'm just gonna say is, do we trust this guy? Do we trust this field commander that he's not gonna betray? Like he actually has plans to like hurt Gustang and he's not betraying
oh,
Comrade.
so like because he was questioned about that. That's a good point. I don't think if he harbors any feelings of like wanted to betray or do a mutiny, I don't think he has the opportunity because two family heads will be involved. I don't think he has the balls unless he doesn't care about dying. So that's my best guess. Like he'll fall in line because of the insurmountable power that he's facing. If it's like a different type of war, I think maybe if he was harboring feelings of betrayal, he would go through with it. That's my guess though.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't care about the cage. Didn't think so. Not a retaliation. Yeah. All right. So we see Bam Cha and Hajin Sung here. Then we see some random person with the I guess a random soldier with the. Then we got Lilial. We got a dugong that comes. Or these aren't the same things that we saw from the last examination, right? I wasn't entirely sure. I thought maybe it was a bigger version of it, but you got see Karuru, Ruru, like because they're all like so Dugon right there, Lo Po Bia, Karuru comes through to take them everywhere. They lick everyone gets licked up. It's like a comedic moment, but they're like, oh, it's supposed to like disinfect them, and make external contaminants disappear. Then he's asked for the Lord. He's like, there's no way the Lord's coming with us. And then all right, so we're gonna go to the accommodation, and they go into a building that's really big because the mothership is humongous. And Lilal starts thinking about her mother, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's not something that I particularly think I saw any princess really do ever. Just kind of have thoughts about their mother, but she's probably in close proximity to her at this point, as maybe thinking about trying to see her or visit her. Did that strike you as significant when you or like did you see that coming?
No, I didn't see it coming. I think I think I don't know why, but I and this is something like I think with like these chapters help me like get out of like this weird like bias mindset. But like when we see most of like people from the great families, I just always assume they're like just just straight children of the family heads. Like I don't know why I don't like ever think like oh these could probably just be great grandchildren. Like and that's not to say like I don't. It's not that I don't know they exist, but it's just like that's just usually never the first thought.
Mm,
So like I don't know if I thought like I don't know why I just initially thought like Lalal was probably like oh she's probably just Traumer's daughter or something. I don't know, but like I feel like I realize I just kind of do that often. So like
no,
the family stuff
I
usually
got you.
doesn't like come to my head instantly. I think maybe it's because Coon family members are usually like Edwan's kids from like the ones that we've seen, and I've just been using
I
that as like
probably also
baseline.
subconsciously think because they can't maybe be in love and stuff like that, they just don't. They're not allowed to like see their family like that. I don't know. You're right in the sense that I don't really think about it in any meaningful fashion like that. But so we had the part where they get inside, they take the elevator up. Everyone else can't. Everyone else got to stay down there. She's like, "Don't stick close to me." He's like, "I'm not." She's like, "Yo, are you confident?" He's like, "I'm a little." He's like, "No, I actually have a lot of confidence in his head, in the back of his head." Now I could read Pantagana's comment. Sorry, I didn't want to let you steal my thunder. Zam Zam is that nigga. I like Zam Zam. Zam Zam
He's
is
raw.
moving me.
He
Zam
he's raw.
Zam,
He's
as
raw.
the manager of the hotel, Mr.
He's raw.
Bigsby, Mosby, whatever, he's moving me. I like him.
He's raw.
At first, I
He's
was
raw.
like, ew. I had the same reaction as them. But as he kept talking and doing things, I'm like, you know what? Zam Zam's cool with me, bro. I like Zam Zam.
No, I thought the same thing. At first, I was literally just like, like or a dragonfly.
Mosquitoes.
I'm just like, what's up with this? Like I keep asking, are these people actually breeding with animals, or are they just putting their souls into animals after a certain point?
No
Because
idea.
there was the one
Somebody
branch
is
head
sick in the head,
that
in
was a
my
full
opinion.
snake. Yeah, but Zamzam,
Zam
he nice.
Zam. Zam
He nice.
Zam is the one, bro. Zam Zam?
He's nice.
I like
He's
him.
nice.
Yo.
He's nice. I have to give him his due. But this is another thing that's bothering me. Why does he pick and choose when to give out like whether someone's a ranker or not? Like we just went through like 5 separate names. Didn't know if anybody's ranker, regular, high ranker, and then Zamzam pulls up high ranker. Okay.
Yeah. I am gonna say this. Now, even though I probably should wait till the next chapter, but I think he's actually an advanced ranker. I think here
Yeah.
they call him a
I
high
yeah.
ranker, and that's a mistake.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I think that he's actually like or the other term for advanced ranker is upper ranker. So I think he's actually in that category. He's not quite an upper ranker yet, but shout out
Yeah.
to Zam Zam, bro. He's the one. He's the newest character that was introduced in these batches, and I was like, yeah, I like him. And there's a character from Disgaea. I don't remember his name right now, but he always goes Zam at the end of his sentence, and it reminded me of it. But yeah, it's interesting to me when you see people of high ranks in this who are obviously climbed the tower, so they have some degree and level of strength and combat ability or some understanding of Shinsu or position, whatever the case is. But they have like a regular job. Like I'm the hotel manager. Now I'll beat your ass. But yeah, I sign people in and out the hotel. Like that's super
He's
funny to me.
raw.
I love that. I love that.
He's raw.
Yeah.
He's just such a normal dude. He's just like, yeah, go to your room, chill, don't bother nobody, please, or I'm gonna have to get in that ass. And they're like, all right, I rock
Exactly.
with Zamzam.
Did Tron Bang Mosquito get a Zamzam? I don't know. Do you think SIU has embraced BAM ranker level? Yes, absolutely. And it's about damn time. Though I would argue he somewhat made that decision when he had him beat that one dude, the ranker, when he went to like as a C rank, when they're like
Oh, the test guy.
yeah, before they went to the defensive wall and everything in the nest. This is because this is I think he meets Charlie after that. So I think he's just embraced it, which is a good thing. I think this is the right thing to do. Stop playing around, stop playing tickle butt. Even though his rank is C, he is above ranker level, so it's good. There we go. Pan. Yeah, shout out to Charlie. Honestly, Bam is top 30 entire at this point. All these people are farther than him. Agreed. I remember during the cage of season 3, we had 20 to 25 high ranker levels character. Now we have about 75 plus. Urine Hot seems to care, and Gustang maybe lost someone. I don't think maybe families care about their family. We'll have to see. I do think some of them do though. And I even think Gustang probably does care about some of them. I think I think even the worst of them have favorites. Does that make sense? So
Yeah. I just
yeah,
don't think it's like
it's like,
what
did you
I don't know
hear
how to
Lo Po Bia? Branch is that? He's like, who? I feel like I don't know what that is.
like. I feel like it would be like a thing of like not like a business relationship or like association, but like I think like for like the higher ranks of like Pobedow's family, he has like respect for them and he like values their opinions and such. But like I don't know if he like sees him like not that he doesn't see himself as like their father because he is, but it's just like I could see him being like actually tender and like going above and beyond for someone like N, but not really the others, and like if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. I agree with that. So Zam Zam has a lot of information and is pretty well plugged in, all things considered, which I like. And this is a hotel that apparently, I guess, Trauma Ray uses from time to time, and there's a door there that's for him. He talked about the portal in the, sorry, it's a Paris something hotel. What was it called again? The Veritas Paris Hotel. Um, first I wonder if it was related to the Hilton Paris Hilton Hotel. I don't know if that was like supposed to be like a slight reference. I don't know, but anywho, so there's a gate hold there, the same way that we used the one to get into the nest when Trauma came on his little like Ouroboros ship thing. So that's how we're gonna get more people to come in or leave and whatnot. And I laughed when he's like, "Don't go in that room because that's like the leader's room," even though he did his position to go in. I'm like, you see, I don't follow rules. So if you just didn't tell me anything about that door, I would have ignored it. Now that I know he's in there or he might be in there, I'll be like, because I'm a little shithead and I like to follow rules or the law. So I might mess around, knock on Nicky 9 door, knock on it, run away. I don't know. So. We'll get there. Infinite. Everybody, 553. The first chapter that came out on well, that's the first chapter, but like focus. Everyone's trying to go ahead. No, stay here, stay in the moment.
Question.
Uh-huh.
This isn't even like a question. I don't know why. I feel like the usage of the word outside here was just kind of weird. Because at first I'm like, wait, outside the tower? Like I feel like outside's one of those like it shouldn't be like a banned word, but if you're talking about outside and it's not outside the tower, I'm not trying to hear that word.
No, I had that thought, but I guess I just use context clues. I'm like, he probably just means like outside the hotel, like the hotel, so
hotel or the floor
or the mothership,
whatever,
if you will. Yeah.
But I'm like, just say that. Just say people outside the because if you say just outside, that's it. I'm thinking outside the tower, and if I don't get that, I'm upset. But yeah.
The worst of the worst. What are you assembling? Some type of Suicide Squad? GL and Urine care about Yuri and Gustang about Anne. It's rough being a family head. You're level 100 and need to manage your level to like 320 children. Trauma will tell them to stop and then Ren will F off. It's possible. Was there a point in recording Bam beating a ranker when nobody actually believes it? Was it recorded?
Yeah,
it was recorded.
They recorded it because they had to post it on the internet. So
okay, so maybe they think it was edited or doctored or something. It's possible, but I do like that he brings it up though. So it's just good because in this sense, things that are happening, events are being referenced, and I like that. So, anyways, that's no longer our Lord's room. Zam's explaining everything, and then she like Bam comments on her getting nervous when it's about her Lord and everything. The family head. So she goes to her room, he goes to his room, and then we see those nice kicks, the red. Then we see this burger in his stupid little outfit. The start of the hunt. Dawn of that day. The room that Bam is staying in, he opens it with his tongue. He's sleeping so deeply. He knows he designed some fire ass shoes because he kept the paddle on the kicks for a while. He knows what he's doing. The bastard defeated our family. Oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna make you roll inside my mouth and chew you up. Bam opened his eyes. He's like, so you Riker from Zahar's army is coming inside my room pretty noisily. I could feel a murderous Shinsu, blah blah. So it was you. He's like, what's with this bastard? Has been around, Mr. Ren. He's like, why does he look so strong? And he could see everything inside of him, or like sense it to the blue demon, red Theresa, and Leviathan, which is interesting. I don't know if the soul force stuff is there. Maybe that's the white stuff kind of around. And then he's like, are you here to fight me? Like, you want these hands? And I was like, oh, it's like that, Bam? Bam like it was like casually like super ready for this too. Like and he seems very unfazed and not worried. And I like that. He
should be. Like
yeah. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. You think maybe it's fighting with Hajin Sung and Hajin Sung saying you got stronger or whatever? You think that maybe was the confidence booster? That's like the only
think beating White.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Fair enough.
He did beat White. You like I would be ashamed if you got scared.
Are the souls still around? Well, I would argue yes. If anything, if he burned all of them, I don't think he did, but he still got a power up from White regardless. So maybe he replenished it through. Yeah, exactly. So that's what. They don't believe. Couldn't spread it. That's why people want to fight Pan. Oh yes, they think he's strong or weak or whatever. Bam was unmoved. I have a question for you. How high do you think Kun, Royal, Elliot is in the Kun family? That's a good question, but I want to go back to something that Hershey asked earlier because I think this is an interesting question. Damn it, it has to do with Lo Po Bia. Can someone tell me if Ren's priorities are with Traumare or is he jihad first? What do you think based on what you've seen? Or do you think it's like kind of evenly split? Because I think once you are in Jihad's empire, he's he comes before everything, but that doesn't mean you have to become like disloyal to your family or something of the sort. So I think the
Actually,
hierarchy is Jihad, Lo Po Bia, but I think Ren probably feels a lot about like I think he felt slighted that like who is this kid trying to marry himself into our family?
yeah.
F.U.G. Like nah. You know, like I think he cares about the family name because I'm sure there's people who are like, "Oh, you're from the Eurasia family or whatever, like Blossom," and they probably don't care. Like there's people who care about their name, people who don't, and some people who are in the middle or might use their name just for influence, recognition, and power. But what do you think?
I actually think he cares more about his family than Jahar Empire. Because
Interesting.
it seems like that was a means to the end to help the family.
Hmm.
And I don't like there are sometimes people like like when they join, they lose sight of like the reason why they joined in the first place and kind of like become like one and the same with like the organization they're with. But like the way in which Ren consistently even talks about like his family and he's like, "You disrespected my family. Who you think you are being here? All this." I actually think he probably cares more about his family.
Okay. Honestly, from a personal standpoint, it's that there's truth in that, and maybe it's ego or pride. But I do think in terms of when you join the army, the actual objective, impartial, like unbiased, like what you're supposed to do is you follow the king's orders and then your family head's orders. That makes
Yeah, I
sense.
would agree with that. I
Okay.
would agree with that.
Ren is a rebel. He don't listen. He's like me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because whenever Rin even talks about jihadism, it I don't want to say it's not from reverence, but he always uses it as a tool to explain why he's better because of it rather than vice versa. He's like, "I'm in red. Do you know who I am?" Like he said that when he was with the knack, and then even with the band thing, he's like, "I'm in red. Do you think you could beat me?" Like,
Right, yeah,
so
RAD
I
is
feel like
probably a special thing. He doesn't say it in this chapter, though, but it is a special
yeah,
thing that he's in. Like I think it's divorced from like I think they're like special in a way. So
yeah.
he ran. I think he mainly petty revenge. It was only mid for 30 chapters. You don't have to lie here. You can tell the truth here. It's okay. It's not season 3 has not been hitting. Like it has it. Like it's okay. We're moving in the right direction. You don't have to. You don't gotta lie, man. You don't gotta lie over here. I see Tower Mez evolved back into Tower God. Now we're on the up and up. Where I am like emotionally is where I was before like the last like 2 chapters when we were crescendoing in the right direction. I'm back there. If that makes sense. We're like okay, we're trending. We're on the tracks. We're not derailing. We're going up. I'm 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 cool right now. I'm not. I'm not gonna over again. I'm not gonna go hyperbolic and be like it's the greatest. We're back. It's peak. But I'm like we're trending upwards, and that's good enough for me right now. I think it's because I think it's even because he said that he was honoring his. Oh yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Maybe imagine if we entered a tournament just to try Bam again. I could see him doing it, but he a family man at heart. But yeah, man, this was a good chapter though. Like I really like how Ren. The only thing that I would say is I do think Ren's obsession with him is a little weird because like he didn't really seem to pay him much mind like that. Though he acknowledged his like genius a little bit, I believe, when he was beacon Yuga, and he was really here for like a knack and whatnot. But he is just kind of a chaos merchant and a menace and everything. So I'm sure he just really felt slight like he's this guy cannot join my family. He's F.U.G. What kind of issue is this? So yeah,
I think
can
that's the fault.
Jamarcus? That is the question. Can he stay consistent? That's the thing. This is you could have flashes of good form. Are you going to stay in good form for like 2-3 years? That's what I need from him for me to be like we're back. I can't be up and down, left and right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I think this like kind of falls in the problem of like the too big of a world that we don't see things because I think I could headcanon my way into arguing Ren probably got a lot of shit for failing his mission and he attributes anything that was there at that time as even greater failure. So even though the primary mission was a knack, learning there was an irregular there, you didn't like adapt on the fly and all that shit like if we like knew how red worked and like if there was like punishments and things like we could probably understand this relationship more but we don't get things like that so it is hard to
Oh,
gauge.
awful. We literally just had a conversation about like all the organizations and whatnot. All things
Yeah,
considered, that's a part of the army we don't particularly understand yet. So but I think they're important. I think they're vital. But is there anything else about this chat? Well, chat, how would you guys rank this? You know, I used to always do this. I don't remember if I stopped doing this or forgot, but I used to always do this, and I want to bring it back. I used to always ask before I end. I used to ask to rate it before we ended, and I'd always ask, "What's your favorite panel or piece of dialogue in the chapter?" So my favorite piece of dialogue in the chapter will be Bam saying, "You want to fight?" My favorite panel is the kicks. That's what
Yeah,
is that red shoe. It's that red
it's the
shoe.
kicks. It's the kicks,
That was
man.
clean. This chapter was a 9 out of 10 for me. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Because of y'all, I don't gotta consume ice soup every day. Y'all ever ate ice soup? Y'all never had no ice soup. Anyways, shout out to the CVL. That's the certified BAM lovers. Shout out and salute to the Priest of Fire. That's the real CBL certified Brilliant lovers. But the biggest and largest thanks to the fifth Zen gods, my tier 3 pledgers. That's Big Abdel, Tris, Fitz, Irene Sharda, Jacob Holland, Johnny Rogers, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Revenant, Scobe, Silo, Simi. He got a Twitch now. Go follow him on Twitch. Sunny Katha Pali and Zodiac Nemiko. You guys, your support is greatly appreciated because I'm tired of eating ice soup, man. I'm tired of it.